I think we are live,
We
baby.
here, we here.
Yeah. We live, baby. Yeah. Oh, it's only two of us, as you see. It's two of the trio. If you want to call, hey man, if you want to call us like the big three, who is who?
Which big three we going with?
Uh,
Miami big three? We going
uh,
with I don't know, Golden State
let's go.
big three, Celtics big three.
Let's go with the Warriors. That's the last. Yeah, she be.
I'll say low Steph. I
Hey, you know what? I'll give her
low be
that
Steph.
because she do be. Yeah, I'll give her that. I'll give her that. I'm like,
I'll
I
probably say
take Draymond.
I
I'm not
guess I'll
like
be Clay
problematic
on
like
that.
Draymond, but I'll be like the muscle of the team. I ain't gonna let nothing happen to y'all, man. I ain't gonna let nothing happen to y'all. I know I just put you in the spot.
I feel that.
Definitely
I like
put you on the spot, but
It's all good, it's
man,
all
welcome
good.
to episode 3 of the Best Damn Life Show. Lowe's not here. She is still on vacation. She on a cruise. She'll be back. I think she'll be back actually in the States this week, like Friday, I believe, tomorrow. But she'll be back on with us next week. You know, I know y'all gonna
I
miss
think she
her.
said
We miss
tomorrow.
her. She don't even be in a group chat like that. Honestly, she be catching up and shit. But
I don't know.
no,
She been
no,
she
no,
been
no,
more
no, no.
active
I ain't
recently.
gonna.
I don't know
She
what's
has
been
been.
going on. Like the
Listen,
past
she
like
gonna be
three,
back.
4
You
days,
know,
she been
she
silent.
gonna
But
come
today
with
she been a
all
little
the
more
hot
active.
takes for y'all. I don't know they hot takes. She's gonna get y'all together. That's all I'm gonna say. She's gonna get y'all together real. And then I cannot wait. She got so much stuff. She's probably writing notes, everything. I cannot wait for her to be here. But man, but man, how was your weekend? Oh, I know, right? But how was your weekend, man? I know you watched a bunch of hoops, man, and all that
So
shit. But you doing good, man? I always gotta check
we've been
in
talking the
before we
past
get
few days
started.
about next. Yeah, I'm good, man. This weekend was yes, it is. This weekend was pretty good, man. I didn't
Hey,
really do
man,
too
I
much.
want to ask
Obviously, like you
though,
said, I watched
life
some
is
hoops,
expensive.
man. Got some
How
stuff done
expensive
around the
is it for a
house.
single man?
Went to go work out and stuff, man. My life is boring. I ain't gonna lie. I don't really be doing much, man. I don't be doing much.
Oh, dead ass, Florida that expensive? Oh
Very. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
Florida's
you're
very
right.
expensive. I'm not gonna lie. That's
No,
why I'm
you
trying to
right.
get
No,
up
no,
out of
no,
here.
no. I
Honestly,
just know me having
shit.
a family, life is expensive, man. Every time I walk
Oh yeah.
outside,
Oh yeah. And I mean, I'm in North Florida, so if you go down like to
just to
Fort
pick up
Lauderdale and
something for
stuff,
dinner
like
at
it's
the
crazy.
grocery store, that should just be $100 just because you gotta feed everybody. Yeah, that's here and there, but
I can
man, we're gonna
imagine,
jump right in here, man.
dude. As soon as you wake
The
up,
women's USA team beat France, scared the shit out of all of us. We 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 in our group chat we had Low. This is another reason she pissed off. Like her cruising had the game on. We had to give her a we had to give her like it was just she was hot. She put right in the letter. But Nick, man, give us how you felt about the game, man. Like your thoughts watching going through all the emotions of the ups and downs.
oh yeah. Yeah.
It was.
Man, well, first and foremost, it was a hard fought game, and I gotta give credit to
Mm-hmm.
France. Like France played their ass off in that game. Definitely got to give credit where it's due there. I know probably one of the biggest topics is Gabby Williams. She had a really really good performance. I want to say she scored like 19 points or something like that. So really good performance from her. And I know that everybody's been trying to recruit her. I mean, you saw the tweet with Angel Reese saying, "Hey, you want to be a Chicago Sky and everything." I mean, obviously, there's a whole other situation with Gabby Williams and why she's not in the league. So I don't know if she'll actually return to the league or not. But if she does, that'd be dope. That'd be super dope. But
It
even then,
did.
she's going to be really great in whatever league that she plays in. But it was a solid performance, honestly. I mean, I think Team USA, I think they needed that wake up call. Give credit to France, especially I thought they had a really good first half, and even in the second half, at the start of the second half, they had like an 8 or 9 point lead, and it took USA about 3 or 4
Man,
minutes to even get on the scoreboard for the second half.
did
So it really took them
did.
a while to really get adjusted. But honestly, I mean, these it's like I said, man. To me, these are the two best players in the WNBA this season. Asia Wilson came alive in the second half. She had 21 points in the entire contest. And then Kalia Copper, was a big scoring punch coming off the bench for Team USA, especially in that second half alone. I know that we've been very critical of head coach Cheryl Reeve and her
Yes,
lineup adjustments and everything in her rotations, but
a
putting Kalia
lot. Oh
Copper
my
into the game for
gosh,
that second half was really, really important. They needed that energy, and Kalia was definitely somebody that they needed to
man,
rely
she
on.
did.
Whenever the team was in a funk. So give credit, like I
No,
said, give credit to France. It was a hard fought battle. They were really physical underneath the basket. That's one thing that I love about FIBA is that it's super physical, and it's like the officials really let them get away with a lot of things, and you could tell like they were giving exactly. I mean, they were giving Team USA a lot of issues inside. I mean, I remember even in the game, Asia missed like 4 or 5 straight bunnies, and I'm like, yo, this is not like Asia, yo, it's crazy, man. But yeah, but no, I mean, give credit to France on being able to defend the interior, and even for them, even on offense, getting second chance possessions, which
man,
definitely led
no, seriously,
to a
because
lot of their
it did
success.
kind of
But
like,
in the
even though
end,
like the
Team
final
USA just
scores of
show
the other
why
ones
they're so
weren't kind of like a
powerful. Them
blowout,
being able to
but
get that
if you
one
don't
point
watch the
win.
games and you just
Even
look
though
at the
Gabby
box
Williams hit
score,
that
all
last
the
shot, but
games
unfortunately
outside
it
of the
wasn't a
gold medal
3-pointer.
game,
So
like you said, it was
give
all
credit to the
hard
team.
fought
This is
games.
a
Like
really
it
hard
wasn't
fought win. I mean, not even
referees
just this game, but I
wasn't,
think that they've been
they
battle
wasn't
tested
letting
throughout the
shit.
entire
They was
Olympics.
letting
So I
shit
think
go.
that's why
Like
this gold
on
medal is
both
a lot
sides, like
sweeter
you,
than
like I can
it probably could
understand.
have been.
Yeah,
If they
Asia
would have
was
just
getting
dominated
hacked a
everybody.
lot through the. As soon as she got off the plane, she was getting hacked. Like it was like we're not giving her no whistles, no easy shit. But it's like they were still doing that for the other teams. It'd be one thing if Asia and everybody else was getting hacked and they was calling shit on the other side. Man, they would let shit go for like 5 straight playing minutes. Like on both sides. like I love that. I love that. I love that. Dude, man, NBA is not letting you touch nobody. I love it. I love it. And it's like, and that showed me like it was frustrating seeing Asia miss those bunnies in the first half because she was like you
I
said,
mean,
it
I
was
don't
like
hear
four,
that. That's the
five
basketball
straight
that I
possessions.
love.
She
Like
was just
I
missing.
miss physicality
And
in
then
basketball.
and she
I
was
miss
and you
it
could
so much. I
tell
mean, the
she's
WNBA
coming
happened
like
a
she's
little bit. The
rushing shots
NBA, not
because she
not
know
as
they
much as they
coming.
used to
She
be.
know they gonna put a
But I
bite
mean,
on her. And then
like
even like on like
exactly.
inbound
But I mean, but that's the
220, she
type of
was
basketball
missing
that I love. I
those in
mean,
the
like
second, like
you gotta
missing
earn
those
these
in the second
points.
half. It was like, God damn, and they was not. And I even tweeted, I was like, man, listen, we shouldn't even be tied. I think it was what 25 and a half. I was like, we shouldn't even be tied. We shouldn't be close. Like they literally blowing us out. We had 14 turnovers, 14, 15 turnovers. It was insane. Yeah, like it was bad. Like we couldn't get shit going. We were tired. I was like, yo, I feel good. France shouldn't feel good because they should be really blowing us
Yeah.
out. And I'm like, we should have blitz coming. We should blitz their ass in the third quarter. That shit was not happening. I'm glad because I don't like the last game of something be a blowout anyway. Like of course
Makes
I
sense.
want it
Stuff
to
like
be
that.
easy
Yeah.
for us. And we got to see what they were really was made of, but it was like, yo, that shit got too
Yeah, like in
close.
the
Like it
in the
was
first half
still
alone, I'm like, yo, what's
like in
going
that
on here?
last minute, it was still like, yo, I can't like it was none of that, yo. Like they were hooping, and I'm like you said, like we gave Cheryl Reeve a bunch of shit for her rotations. People calling her as Cheryl Curry and shit like that. Like you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Okay, we never gonna get into that real quick, but it's like even with all that, it was just like they were still fighting. I'm glad and she made some adjustments. You know what I'm saying? She still did. You know what I'm saying? Even though she got a bunch of bad ones, she made the key ones in that one, like the whole BG not playing. BG not playing. I don't think she saw the court in the second half.
Facts.
I, and then she took it like when he did go sit down. You didn't get another big in. I think she took, but like when Jackie Young got fouled out, she got
I was
big
ready for us to
in.
talk
Like
about
Young,
that. I ain't gonna lie, man, because it was a little ridiculous.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I can't remember honestly. I can't even remember.
Or
And that's the thing too, because like you
or
got to
not have
understand
her
the
ass
situation as a
on
coach. I mean,
Gabby.
you know that Jackie Young is in foul trouble, and you
Like
need her down the stretch of the
if you
game
don't
because
have her in the game,
Jackie
like
was one of the
we
best players
can't
on
have
this
her
team, on
in
this
no
roster.
situation that
And you
she's
got
gonna
to
be
understand as a
even
coach
in
in
a
that
touch of a
situation, like,
degree.
okay, I'm going to need a player like Jackie down the stretch, especially as a
Yeah,
shot maker, a
that
defender.
is
I'm going to
that. Yeah,
need her on the court down the stretch of this game, especially
no,
considering
you're
that the
right.
game is
No,
going to be
you're right.
close and it's not a
That you're right
blowout.
about that.
So Cheryl should have
No,
understood
no,
that situation, or
no,
even one of
no,
the assistant
no,
coaches like Tanisha
no,
Wright or
no,
somebody should have told her,
no,
like, hey,
no,
Jackie's
no,
got
no, no.
this many
No, you're
fouls.
right
We're gonna
about
need
that.
her to
That's why
foul.
as
Let's
a
sit her off
coach,
for like probably like 2-3 minutes,
it's
and
hard
then
to
bring
be.
her
It's
back
easy
probably
for
with like
us sitting back
2-3 minutes
watching
left
it,
to go in the game.
or even as a
Like that's
player,
that's
we
what I
sit
should.
back as a
That's what I
player
would
on
have
the
done as
bench
a
like,
head
why my
coach.
coach ain't do this? Like we sit back watching. It's like it's easy to be like, why she ain't do that? Why she ain't do that? But
Yeah.
then you got to think about what she's the card she has dealt in that situation. Like who's she gonna put on Gabby?
But also that's the thing too,
It's
though,
just,
because it's like if you don't want to put Jackie on her, who else are you
Saturday, I'm
having
just
defend
glad
her?
you
You're gonna have
it's
maybe
already
Kyle,
chatter all over the
maybe
place
Kyle.
with it being
I
a close game.
don't know
But
about
listen,
Sabrina.
if France would have beat USA and we would have came back here with a silver medal, your mentions would have been just in the grave. Like it would have just been in the grave. Like it'd have been so much we needed Caitlin Clark on this team, all that. Like I got into it with an older guy after that. Like people saying like the USA team needed Caitlin and Angel. Like bro, like first of all we won gold, and even though our fought games, we still blew everybody out. Like
I don't know where you going with it.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
How about the hands? Automatically. Automatically getting that slot. Who you gonna take? Like you said, even though I forgot Jewel was
And
on
see,
the
like
squad, you
that's
not
the
taking
thing
out
too,
Jewel.
because everybody keeps wanting to make that. Okay, here's my thing.
You know what I'm
Here's my
saying?
take.
Like,
And look, I mean, both Caitlyn and Angel, they are going
yeah,
to be on Team USA in the
yeah,
future,
you
without
can't, you
question. They
can't, you
may be
can't.
on the team in
You,
2028,
you
but
can't,
I
you
was already
can't.
saying
For
that
real though, you
both of them
can't
should
do
have
that.
never been
So
on
it's
the team
like
this year,
people
which
don't even think
obviously they
about that.
weren't.
And
But
then I
even
forgot
when
who it
people were
was,
making
but
the
she's
case, like
always
for instance, like
commenting
who was
on
it? I think it was like
Twitter. She shouted
Draymond
out on Twitter.
Green
I can't
and
think of her
Baron
name on
Davis that was
Twitter,
trying to
but
make the
it's
case
like all these
about
people
Caitlyn
are
being on the
saying
team.
Caitlin is good for this, Brand is good for
Exactly.
that.
But here's the
Why don't
thing,
none of
like
these people
I
have her
always
on their
ask
show?
people, if you believe
And
Caitlyn or
are they
Angel should be
reaching
on the
out and she
team,
turned the
who
ass
are you
down
taking off the
like
team?
y'all not just gonna
Nobody
use me
has
for
an
no
answer.
clicks? 'Cause that's basically what
Who
they're
you
gonna be
taking off the
doing in the
team?
first place.
Maybe
Is
Donnie
Draymond Green.
Taurasi. I don't know,
But if
but
y'all
DT's a
still
legend, so she's
believe
automatically gonna get that
Caitlin
slot.
is
Who are you
such a
taking
good
off?
thing for Team USA brand this year, why haven't y'all had it on your podcast yet? No. I ain't seen a
No, you
man.
can't. You
I ain't
can't.
seen a man
Like,
podcast
I'm
so
sorry,
far
excuse me,
yet.
but Caitlyn over Jewel is crazy. I'm sorry.
Have you?
I can't do
Listen, I ain't seen her on shit. Man, man, bump that. Just talk about Hoops podcast. I ain't seen her on Draymond. I ain't seen her on Snoop. I ain't never seen her on nothing. Even his own TV, his own show on YouTube. We never seen her. Now, y'all got to let us know. Are y'all
Yeah.
reaching out and her team is saying no? Because you can't do all this caping for somebody talking about man, if her brand is that strong, you should want her on your podcast. If you believe that strong, if you believe she be all the battles in like that, she should be on your show at some point. Show?
I haven't seen her on like no talk shows or nothing. Like all these big time. Like, I haven't seen her. Like, what's the top? Like, what are the top talk shows right now? Jimmy Kimmel, like whatever show. I don't really watch talk shows, so I don't really know what's out there. Yeah, whose podcast? I ain't never seen her on
She
First
did.
Take. Stephen A. I ain't never seen her on First Take. Mm-mm.
You did. And it's so physical. Look how they are. Look how they deal. Look how they deal with the physicality in the
Exactly.
W, bro. They're not gonna be able to deal with that shit in FIBA. Listen, Kayla gets mad when somebody touch her in the W right now.
Exactly.
She'll be ready to murder
But no,
a
exactly.
referee
But
in
now here's the
FIBA
thing.
if they don't
So
blow a
I
whistle
told you and
because
Lo this on
they're not
Sunday as we
giving
were
you the
watching the game.
calls.
You know,
Like it's not
everybody
gonna
talking
like
about
you gotta
Caitlyn should have
work
been
your
on the
body
team,
up to
this and
that
that, this
shit.
and that. And
Like
I told both of
think about
y'all before.
all
I
the
told both of
usually
y'all
like
first,
the
and then I
even
went on ahead
Anthony
and tweeted
Davis when
it
he was
probably
on
like
TV and
5 minutes
shit was
later,
young,
5 minutes after that.
he
So I
was just
told both of
there
y'all
learning.
that if Caitlyn were on this
He
team
was,
this year,
yeah,
she'd be on the end
he
of the
wasn't
bench.
giving him
Just my
minutes
opinion,
to win.
honestly.
Like
I
he
know,
was
and
just
even when I
there
tweeted it
because he
out,
was that
everybody
person
was
they
mad about
picked.
it. Like,
Like
no,
that's
she'll
the
be out
same
there.
thing
She'll
with
get
Caitlin
like
Clark. She will
10,
become the
15
bench.
assists,
She
this and
don't
that,
play
this and that, this
defense
and that.
like that.
I'm sorry,
So
but it's
like
like if
it
Brittany
wasn't play
Griner is not getting no
defense.
minutes, if
Yes, you
Diana
need
Taurasi is on
scoring.
the bench,
You need defense.
if
You need other things. Like
Chelsea
yes,
Gray
she
was
got
on the
playmaking,
bench,
but it wasn't
Jewel
gonna be
Lloyd is
so
on the
much.
bench,
Like
if all the players are
Sabrina
riding the
wasn't going to
bench,
go get
you
the
think Caitlin Clark
rebound.
getting
She had
in?
that all
You
the
think
time.
Edgerisi
Like
is getting in? I'm
the
sorry,
list goes
no.
on. Like you said,
Respectfully,
who are you going to replace? And no one has ever given you, probably has not given you a legit answer. I'm sure they have. He is.
exactly,
Oh yeah, for sure.
exactly. He was still a young rookie.
Not. Mm-hmm. That's and a lot of people don't want to really understand that, and of course, a lot of people don't even watch women hoops like that. They just really look at Kaylin highlights or they look at what people are saying about her and they saying that she is. Don't get me wrong, like we said last week and the week before that, and on tweets. Yeah, she is good for the sport. Yes, we're not saying that, and she's not a bad player. Yeah, but it's just levels. You just not Olympic team is hard. This ain't just no. This you
No, not at
you know
all.
how many players
And here's the thing, is like
you know how many players
everybody and
really don't give
everybody's
a
been
fuck
calling me a
about
hater for
playing
so long.
time
First
on
of all, I don't know
Olympics,
where y'all got that
honestly.
from. I love Caitlin Clark. I've been a Caitlin Clark
You know,
fan since
players
her freshman
really
year.
don't give a fuck about
But I'm
playing
just
time.
being realistic
Like
though. Like
I
Caitlin will
guarantee
have her
you, like just
opportunity.
talking about the
I'm
men
sure
real
in
quick,
2028 we're gonna
Jalen
see
probably
her.
Sophie wasn't
We're gonna
hooping,
see
but I
Angel Reese.
guarantee he was
We'll
not
probably
as
see
everybody else
Paige
in the world was
Beckers.
not hooping
I don't know
when they
about
got
Juju
playing
Watkins.
time.
Maybe not. Who
Because he's
knows?
not
But
getting rid
those
of a KD
players,
and Bron
Caitlin and
first
Angel,
time.
will get their opportunity. It's just this year. This year was not the year for them, and that's fine.
No, no. And then are you gonna put Tatum in over Bron when y'all got Bron guarding Joker? Man, hell no. You're not gonna do shit like that. Like, come on. Brown was fighting for his life guarding Joker. He was still doing good. Tatum was not that shit. So like people don't
But see, that's the thing,
understand.
though. It's
Olympic
like
hoops, they don't care about
everybody's
playing
talking about,
time like
oh,
that.
you got to do it
They
for
get it.
promotion and for marketing. Like nobody gives a shit. We trying to win gold. We trying to win. Like we don't care about none of that. Personally, I mean, exactly.
Mm-hmm. And sorry. And sorry. Yeah, for real. And sorry that y'all don't understand that. Like y'all think this upset y'all just don't understand. Like it's just wild times when it comes to Olympic team. Like people talk about it, like Melo talked about it. All these people say
And that's what I was trying to tell people
yo,
too. Is like
look,
everybody was mad about Tatum not getting no playing time. I'm like, are you putting him in front of KD? Because remember, like when KD's first came back, he went crazy in that first half. He
six
shot
damn
8 for
gold
8 in the
medals.
first
Like
half.
it's
You're
just
gonna replace.
we
You're
just
gonna try to
don't
put
get it,
Jason
man.
Tatum in
And
when he's
just
cooking. You can't do
don't
that.
you're making people dislike Kalen. That's what doing shit like that. Just after your country just won a gold, you bringing her up and you make people not like. That's on you.
Right.
Yeah, that's on you. Like people are mad on both sides for her.
And
This
that's the
side
thing
for
too,
Kalen
because
and
it's
the
like
other side
everybody
for
that's
Jason
on that
Tatum.
team is
Um,
either a
let's see.
number
I'm just
one or
gonna
number two scoring
segue right
option for
into
their
the
team.
trade.
So they're all
I think it
perennial
was
all
Lowe
star
who was
superstar
like,
caliber
man, we ain't
players.
giving her no
Not
damn credit. I
everybody's
think
gonna
it was
see the
Lowe who
floor.
said we're not getting
Some
Cheryl
players,
Reeve no
2, 3
credit.
players are gonna have to make the sacrifice.
I mean, do she deserve credit
It's the harsh
for this?
reality, but
Was
that's
this like a
what it
player
is.
led
And it's the same
because
thing
she
even with
was
the women.
fucking up?
just
Yeah.
wild. It's insane.
Yes. She can still hoop.
Like that's the first topic. Oh, Caitlyn wasn't there. If you don't want to celebrate because Caitlyn not there, then that's on you. But I celebrated the gold. I was happy.
Hmm. No, she didn't. And I know a lot of people gonna be like, play devil's advocate, or I could be like, yo, well, she made the decision to put Cayenne, or yeah, she did, but it was like, was that like a death thing? It was like, okay, I can't just be stubborn and stick to what I'm sticking to. And guess what? Just
It
because
was
the cup,
definitely player led. I'm
sometimes it is
sorry.
a
You know,
player led thing,
it
and we
took
saw,
the
like you said,
greatness
it
of
was
Asia
the
Wilson.
Asia
It took Kalia Copper going
playmakers of
crazy in the
Jackie
second
Young.
half, coming off the
It
bench,
was
you know,
Stewie
for
having to
them to
do what
get
she
that
had to
win.
do.
And I mean,
Yeah, you
we've
maybe
all
weren't
talked about it. I
targeting
mean,
her at
Cheryl's
certain times.
rotations were
She still had to go off
very
like she
questionable
did
at certain times,
to
and it's
be
part of the reason why France had a
great
lot of momentum,
at that
especially like
time, that
really in the
moment. You know
second
what I'm
half, and
saying?
they got
So
to an 8-9 point lead.
everybody had to pull a
Like,
little
I mean,
bit.
I know that we're
She
talking
wasn't
about
putting
like,
them
you
in
know, players
positions
having to
to
make
succeed,
sacrifices and
and
everything,
that's
but
what you
it's like
thought
I just feel like she
succeeded.
didn't
She was
position a lot of the
not,
players
like you
to really
said, and
succeed. Like
that's
for instance, like
been what was
and me
helping with
and like Logan, we talked
the
about this
back
too in
and
our group
forth
chat.
against
Like
France. Like
Brittany
we're
Griner
not,
6'8",
you're not taking
6'9",
us
bro.
out, and that's
She could
giving
easily be
France
dominating
momentum.
going up against
You
players
know
that
what
are
I'm
like,
saying? Like,
I don't know,
you can
6'3",
understand, like, it's
6'4",
like
six
little
five, something like
things.
that. So she
It was like
automatically
little
has a height
things
advantage. And BG is
that
super
we were
skilled. I know that
noticing
she's not. She
from
may not be
coaches.
what she used to be,
Sometimes
but BG is skilled, still very
you
skilled.
get turnovers,
Great footwork,
especially on a team
great,
where you
yeah,
got
great on the
what,
low
2 weeks
block.
to
Occasionally
get
can step
together,
out and
three
space the
weeks.
floor.
Yeah, you got like
So
little camping games here and there, but
as
that's
a
3
coach, you got to
weeks
understand
to
that.
get chemistry. So it's
And it's
like
the same thing, even in
those are
my
very
opinion, with
important.
Nafisa
And
Collier. I mean, I thought
you're
Nafisa
gonna
had some
have
good moments, but I
dumbass
also felt like she wasn't
turnovers
really
because you
positioned
don't know how
in the way
somebody's
that where
coming
she
off from
really could
here,
have been
or
more
this
impactful
person
than
know
what
where
she
to be.
was.
So
So
I'm
it's
with
obviously
you
it's just
100.
obviously
I'm gonna
rotations, but
give
I
Cheryl
also just
Reeve
also felt
credit
like
for this is a
Coach
player
Cheryl
led
Reed did
one.
not position a
And
lot of these players who
I
did
know
see
we're
the
not the only
floor
ones that feel that way.
to
I know
succeed,
Low and
in
other
my
people
opinion.
on Twitter. I know people are starting the whole for a coach in 2028. I think you might be the one that first people I saw say something about that, but good for it. Yeah. Hmm. You're right. I didn't even think about that.
Exactly.
I work for like, I know Coach K. I know Coach K did it. Coach K did the Team USA, but how does that work with like a college coach doing Team USA in the summertime with like recruiting and shit like that? Like, would that interfere? Is that why she hasn't? I don't know. Has he even been considered? Yeah, that's another thing. Like you said, she wasn't there is a lot. Like around. So it's like maybe it ain't got nothing to do with recruit. Maybe she just wasn't asked or she turned that shit down. Some people just want their summer. You know what I'm saying? Some people just want their summer. Especially someone like Dawn who has long years anyway. Like she got long years. So who knows? But I'm with it. Dawn study for Curve 2028, man. Bring Carol Lawson back on your staff. Man, you can bring Cheryl Reed back on your staff if you want to. Yeah. Bring her back. That's what the coach is. Would you mind if she was the coach in
I'm here
2028?
for it. I mean, I'm
Yes.
here for it too, honestly.
Yes. Yes, she
I've been on
does.
record saying Don. In my opinion, Don is. I mean, obviously in college basketball, she's the best coach in the
Yes.
country without question. And her already having that chemistry next, or like
Oh,
you
they
know,
definitely
obviously
super
coaching
locking.
Asia Wilson,
Yeah.
and who knows in 2028 we might get an Aaliyah Boston on the team. Who knows? I mean,
No,
that could
and
be a
it would be
possibility
good
too.
because
So
it's such
her
a
already.
hoops has changed
Exactly.
where
So her already
it's such
having
an
having a
emphasis
connection with
on
her former South
offense to the
Carolina
point where
players,
getting someone like
and on
Carol
top of
Lawson is
that,
just like
I'm sure
it
she
would just
understands Stewie's
like that
game really,
makes me
really
excited.
well. Same thing with
She's gonna
players like
preach
Jackie
so
Young,
much more
Kalia Copper,
defense to the
Chelsea
point
Gray, or
the
whoever it is,
offense
and
is
hell,
gonna be
even
there. Like
Caitlin
offense
Angel,
is gonna be
whoever
there.
may join
It's
the team
just
in 2028.
then
I
you know what I'm
think
saying. A lot of times,
I think it
like
could honestly be a golden opportunity,
it's
but
fun. It's easy to
and
score. It's
there
not
could be a
fun to play
possibility that
defense
Cheryl
all the
Reeve
time.
does come back and coach in
Like
2028,
it's
but
not gonna be like damn. If somebody gonna
I don't
preach it like
know.
that,
I
it
mean,
probably helps
we got
if
4
you
years to
can
figure
lock
this thing
in.
out,
You know, I'm not
personally,
saying Cheryl.
to regroup.
Yeah, it's not like I'm not saying Cheryl wasn't doing that, but if you're gonna replace anybody, if you can't get Dawn, I would love to get Carol Lawson. I would love for her to be. I mean, like she already there on the staff. You know what I'm saying? She's already
That's true,
there,
yeah.
so she know what's going on. So I would love to see that.
I mean, to tell
So
the truth,
hopefully,
Don was in Paris the
I don't
whole
know about
time,
y'all.
so it wasn't like she wasn't there.
Dawn for 2028, man. LA, Lord Jesus. Look, look, the Olympics in Atlanta, Olympics in LA, the traffic, I'm already cannot believe what it's gonna be like at that time because I don't know where I don't know where
Yeah,
some of the shit gonna be. I don't know how they're gonna do this. Don't even try to drive. You might as well just get a scooter because if you end up in LA without it being an Olympics, it's hell trying to get around in LA. So I swear to God, get
Kara,
your yes, and yes.
please bring Kara back. Bring Kara. Kara is
Yes,
one of
I
the
did.
best.
Like, not to go off subject, but I did hear that, like, they're gonna have some events like softball and shit in OKC. Like, they're not even gonna have that shit in LA. Like, they already talking about
I
that shit.
wouldn't.
Yeah,
I
so I
mean,
don't
for
know
those who have known
how
Kara Lawson, if you
that's gonna
watched
work
how
and
she
get into
coaches
that. So
Duke,
I don't
she
know.
preaches defense, yo. She preaches defense. Like I think Duke was
Was it
definitely
96
Duke was one of the top
with
defenses in my opinion in
with
the entire country, and that's what
Atlanta?
Kara
I know
Lawson
Summer
preaches. So,
Olympics. I know the
like with
winner
her
has been
being
here
at the
to Salt
forefront,
Lake.
they
I
would
think a
most
couple
definitely be
times,
locked in
but
on that end.
was it
Not saying that
was
they
the
weren't or
last
they haven't
time
been years past,
96?
but
It was
like
in.
it would. I ain't gonna lie, like Kara Lawson would be having them locking up.
Olympics in the United States. Let's see. Uh, they probably not even give me. They probably not even gonna give. I mean, we tried to get it in Chicago. We tried to get that shit. I forgot what year that was. I think the last time was 2002. That's the Winter Olympics. 96, I
Exactly.
think, was the last time for the Summer Olympics. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be interesting. We're gonna be there. Be prepared. We're gonna be there. Be prepared. Be prepared for that.
You
Be
got to remain
prepared for that.
disciplined.
We're gonna be there for like 2 weeks. Anyway. Man, we got so much shit to talk about, man. What you want to talk about next, man? We got this Unrival. Is it called Unrival? It's Unrival. Unrival shit going on. Um,
Down for 2028. We gonna start that campaign.
I'm just gonna say we should tell them. Yeah, we should. I'm just gonna say.
Oh yeah, LA. Get your body right because you might be doing a lot of walking. Better get it straight. That's it. Really? I don't even remember the last time the Olympics was in the U.S. I don't even remember. Was it '96? It might have been. I wasn't born yet, so I said I wasn't born yet, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Oh, too. Okay. Yeah. Facts. I'm heading out there out west.
They don't. They don't. They don't watch that hoops. No, they not. They barely getting up. They barely was getting up watching the live
Unrivaled, yeah.
telecast of the Olympics. So you're not getting up doing. You're
Do we
not
want to
doing
talk
that.
about that? I mean, we can go
Yeah,
into that
I'm with
next.
you. You don't even think about that.
Everybody
They not
seems to
even
like
watching
have
that
this whole
hoops over there. You're
debate
not
about
watching no
Unrivaled.
Euro hoops,
Like
man.
I don't really understand why people have a problem with Unrivaled.
It's
So
not.
for
It's
people who
not.
don't know what Unrivaled is, it's a new league that's launched. Exactly, yeah, it's a new league that's launching in January. Yeah, it's a new
Oh,
league that's launching in January 2025, founded by Nafisa Collier and Brianna Stewart. Basically, is a new opportunity for players in the offseason to just continue to play, get some reps in, and then also make and then also just make additional money as well. During the off season. I guess it starts in January and it's going to end in March. But a lot of players have already committed to playing with it. Ryan Howard's one of them. Kalia Copper, Kelsey Plum, D'Erica
that's
Hamby.
all that
It was just
matters.
announced today that
And the
Caitlin
thing
McBride
is,
is
oh
as well.
shit, we were
So
seeing
a lot of
tweets
great
and
players
I
from the
think Low showed
WNBA
us,
will
showed us
be
stuff like
will
people
be
saying
will be
like,
headlining
I
Unrivaled this
can't
upcoming
forget
year.
how it was
And I
phrased. I
think
should
there's
have
still a lot of
wrote
other
this
players
down.
that they haven't announced yet.
Something
But
like
a lot of
what
people
was
have
I
a
can't remember
problem
the
with
word,
it,
but basically,
which
yes,
I
this
don't
shit is
know
only for
why
the elite
because we
people. It's
haven't even
like
seen the
this is not
league
for everybody.
start yet.
Everybody's
So it's
not
like,
want
how
to
do you
be
already
in
have a
this.
problem with
I
something we
use the
haven't even seen the
analogy
product yet on the
like
floor? But
travel leagues,
there's a lot of these
kids.
comparisons
That's for
with
that's
playing
for
with
elite
Unrivaled in the
kids,
off
man.
season
You
versus
like
playing
yeah,
in
they saying that squeak in
playing
because
overseas
somebody
in the off
clearly
season.
knows
And there's
somebody.
always that debate
But
of,
not talking
oh,
about travel
overseas is
leagues
better
and
for you, this and
sports.
this and this and that. And I get it. I
Same
understand
thing
where
about
people are
league.
coming from because
It's
Unrivaled
like
is three on
it's
three,
the partnership league
and
that you was in. The travel league is
overseas
for
basketball,
elite
whatever league you
people.
play for, is going to be
That's not for
full
everybody. This is
contact,
in
5 on
Miami.
5. It's just going to be
Everybody got
pretty
about
much
this.
just like pretty much
Everybody
just
get
like
this.
the WNBA,
Nobody
but during the
competing that
wintertime.
overseas.
But I
It's a
don't know
bunch
why
of
people.
just
And look, I mean, if you
just
are one that
minor
prefers
other people business for
overseas
no
over
reason.
Unrivaled,
And I think it
cool.
had a lot
But
to
it's
do with the Olympics going on, the
you
W
can't
going
be
on,
mad
but
at these
people
players for
had nothing
making
else
the
to do but
decisions
get
that they want
into
to
it
make. Like, even like
because
when Angel Reese
that's
had
all they
decided that
got
she
on the
wanted to play for
on
Unrivaled
the
this winter,
tour.
everybody was mad at
She
her, like,
was
oh, she needs to go overseas. She needs to do this. She needs to do that. She needs to do this to add to her game, this and this and that. And I
no,
mean, we even touched on it
no,
last
it
week,
was
but
better.
at the end of the day, it's her decision on what she
People,
wants to do.
people was bored. They was
And
bringing up
the, the,
shit. They
the
was
issue that
talking
I
about shit
have is
like,
like
man, they
so many
all on
people
Kennedy Carter
are backing up overseas. Most of y'all
about
don't
this
even
unrivaled
watch
league and all this shit. Like,
overseas.
man, who cares?
No,
Let them be
like
what they
none
want
of
to
them.
be in. Period.
Like a
It's
lot of
not
them
if
are not.
you
I mean,
don't
a
be
lot of them
salty
are
that
not
you
getting
wasn't
up at
able.
2,
And
3 in the
this is
morning to
like
watch
this is the
games.
first year that we should be
I'm
sitting
not
as a
even.
fan.
Be real.
You don't get to much your first time existing. That and keep
Exactly.
at it. Who knows? That shit might change from a 3-3. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? This shit ain't even started. It's just people
Exactly.
saying
And on
they
top of that, I
don't
mean,
know
it's
where
not
they
even
go.
easy access to get anyway. I mean, unless you get like some stream or whatever it is, somebody might send you a link to watch the games or anything. Because I know because even when I was trying to do some recruiting with
It doesn't
overseas, it
have
was
a
hard
clear
to really
roster.
get live games or even get footage
They're
of it.
still
So I
releasing
understand how
names
hard
as
it
we
is,
speak,
but
bro. Like
and I get it.
they don't have
Overseas
a full
basketball is really
roster, so
elite.
that's
I'm never
really
going to
insane.
discredit
Like
them, but
I just don't
at the end of the day, I mean, these
understand
players are going to make the
everybody just
decisions that's
hating.
best for
Every time I
themselves.
look
If
up,
they
they
want to go
talking
to
about it, and I
Unrival,
feel
if they
like they
want to start
just
that new
I
league
don't know, man.
and try
I
it
don't
out,
want to
then cool. I
say
mean,
it.
it's not
No,
like
I'm
a
not gonna
long
say it.
term
I just
decision
don't
for
like
them. They
how
may only play for 1 year and then decide, hey, this may
people
not
like
be
that
meant
because
for me, or
people
they
think
may
we
go a
fun.
few years in it. Who knows?
Regardless
But
if arms or
at the end
not,
of the
is
day, like
Marvel
I'm just tired of
is
seeing this
more
whole war
NBC
between
Hooper.
Unrivaled and
That
overseas. Like
sometimes, like you
whatever.
said,
At the end of
it's
the day,
hard to
these
see that
players
shit
are
over there.
playing in the off
So
season.
some of these guys
That's
we
all that
still be
matters to
able
me.
to watch hoop at the end of this 3-on-3 in Miami. And it'd be easier. Like you can go to Miami. It's another trip Miami in January. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Avoid the snow, go watch some hoops. You know what I'm saying? Like you just don't know what the vibes are gonna be like, man. I want to go down there. I think we should go down there, do some media shit. Yeah, like definitely. So we definitely should go down there for some time and do some shit. Like we definitely should be out there. So man, if y'all want
Yeah,
to follow me,
AAU and WNBA.
we're gonna be down there. We will work with y'all. We will do a podcast from there. Everything. We'll be part of this, man. Like in Miami hoops. Come on, man. Oh my God. They don't have to say no more, man. They don't have to say no more at all. So yeah.
That's my thing. Like I
That's
thought we
it.
was gonna get a break, dog. I thought I was gonna get a
Come on,
break.
man.
Nope.
Like who else
As
would
soon
be
as
one
we
on
really
3-on-3? That first step is insane. She's coming off pick and rolls. Just you don't know what to do. You don't know if she's gonna stop, shoot it, go to the bucket. You don't know what to put it. Like, why would you not have her on there? Oh, first of all, I don't know what it is against her. Like I get this shit in the past. Like people grow, man. Like people hold too much shit on people. I don't give a fuck if you are athlete or not. Dog, that was this shit. Yo,
exactly. You gotta let
yo,
the
that
league
shit
grow.
was. You're
Like you gotta
right.
let the
They might
league
still be
grow.
holding that against her. I forgot about that shit, bro. And she's on a rampage since then too.
That's
Like
like what I'm
she's
saying.
really
Like
been. I'm
everybody's
talking about
dissing. I'm like, bro,
Kennedy.
we haven't
Like
even
she's really
seen one
been.
game yet.
That's what
We ain't seen
everybody else
one
like.
game yet, and
I know you
everybody's
know what I'm talking
dissing
about.
this
Like
saying,
Kennedy
"Oh,
been
it's
really been
trash."
going
How
on,
do you
but
know that?
I just feel
How do
like
you
you're
know
right,
that?
man. It's been like she's been like public enemy number one ever since that shit happened with
Exactly.
Kaylin, which got blown out proportion in the first place. Like yeah, it happened, and then it shouldn't have happened, but it moved on. And now it's like she could be because people do be in their feelings when it comes to shit like that, media or not. You like who you like. So, we are anti Derek Fisher over here.
Warm weather, avoid the snow. Shit, bro. I'm trying to go down there. I'm trying to go down there in January. Nah.
Hmm.
Hey, any representative, anybody who's watching who represents Unrivaled or who is a representative, we gonna be down there. We gonna be down there.
They do, and like you said, her not being part of this league is just absolutely insane. Thinking about 3-on-3,
Exactly.
not have Kennedy Carter is just don't
Right.
make no damn sense. But
Right. But
hopefully,
also,
at
hang
some
on. Let
point,
me
that
let me
switch
ask
will
you this real
happen.
quick. So it was
You know what I'm saying?
just
It's
I don't
never
know if it was
like this ain't
reported,
gonna be the
but
end of it. But
Kennedy Carter came on
stop hating
social
on her,
media
man.
and
Stop
she
hating on
basically
Kennedy
said
Carter. That's
she
all we have
wasn't
to say about
invited
that
to play for
situation because
Unrivaled,
it's
and then
just
I think she
dumb.
had like posted a screenshot or something like that saying that, or I guess somebody
Yeah,
ended up later on
Kennedy.
texting her saying like, hey, we want to offer to you this and this and that, this and that. Uh, I don't know if she'll later on accept the offer for what it is, but I don't know what's true and what's not true. But
Yeah,
if it is
like
true
you,
that they did
like
not
yeah, you
send the
can't. That
invitation
goes
to
for
Kennedy to play in
you
Unrival, I think that's
athletes,
crazy to me
you
personally.
regular
Because
media,
Kennedy's game
if you
is
ask, if you
Unrival
put something out
personally.
saying you want to be part of something, you cannot have your account locked, and you cannot have your DMs
Exactly.
not open because you're asking to be on something. So naturally, people can try to reach out to you, and if you can't get in there, and I get it, and I get it. If you are an athlete, you want your shit to be closed and only open to people that follow you. But if you can ask that question, you gotta open that shit up. Or you gonna do it, or you gonna do mass following, one or two, like something got to happen.
Well, also let's just call it what it is. I think a
Yeah,
lot of
like
people
what
still
we're gonna
hold
do,
something
like
against her for what
she ain't
happened
mentioned about
with
being
Caitlyn earlier
like she
this
can
year. Remember whenever she
probably
shoved
see you in
Caitlyn
her
in that
mentions,
game?
like who's doing it? Like is she even gonna do that?
Yeah,
So
that was 2 months ago.
hopefully,
This is
if
two
y'all
months
hear
ago.
this, then send us to Kennedy Carter. We want to show we are Kennedy Carter fans here. Man, you know what I'm saying? Like I mean Chicago, we definitely need to figure this out. We need to get in touch with you
I'm
for
cooking.
definitely next month. I'll tell y'all about that.
Oh,
Especially
yeah.
next month. Yeah, anytime. We'll do anytime. But um, anytime, any place. I'd like to do it in person, but if we have to do a remote, we have to do a remote. I feel like doing it
Right.
in person would just be. I feel like person I think be flown off the screen
Exactly.
for real. Like I really, I don't think I've ever seen her in an interview before or on a podcast, to be honest. But I just feel like it would
Right.
just be really good.
Not for sure. And I mean, pretty much, to back up what you mentioned earlier, with Caitlyn in her past and everything. Like I get it. Like the
Oh,
early start of
okay.
her career definitely had its ups and
Yeah, she
downs.
does.
She
She does for real.
she
She
didn't
definitely
really
feel
have
like that, but
the best
for
start
sure
in
she does.
Atlanta. They got traded to
Um,
LA. Didn't
what
really
else we
get a lot
been
of playing
doing?
time in
We
LA,
got
which I
so much.
blame Derek Fisher's dumbass for that
Real
shit.
quick,
But here's the
we
thing
gonna
though,
we're
like
gonna end off on that.
Kennedy,
We're definitely gonna end off on
obviously.
that.
Oh yeah,
So
100%.
there's a
Can't
case that
stand
he
can't
been
stand them.
going for
But
years now,
people
and
gotta give
we talked in
like
the
I
group
don't
chat
think
about
people are
it.
giving
And
Kennedy
the
enough credit for
whole
her growth because
D'Erica
what I've
versus the
seen with her
Las
in Chicago
Vegas
this year,
Aces
it's been a lot of
situation.
growth. Not even
Um,
just as far as
Me
maturity,
and
but
Nick
as a player
have
as
our
well. Like I
views on
think
this.
Kennedy, obviously, she's always been a
Um,
great scorer, but she's
yeah,
also
I
been
felt like
getting
the
after
whole the
defensively. She's always
Becky
been.
Hammond
She's
stuff
also
came out,
shown
which I
qualities of a
mean,
leader as
I knew
well.
some stuff, but I didn't
So
know how deep it
people
was.
people got to give her some grace, honestly. Like
I don't
whatever
know if
happened in the
Nick is gonna
beginning, like 3-4
say
years ago,
anything
is what
today.
happened. Like this is
Which I have to
2024,
say is
and
that
I
we
think we've
have our
seen
women, our
the best
show,
out of Kennedy Carter this
our
year, and
sister,
obviously with her being in the
and
situation with
situations
Coach
like
Teresa
this. Yeah, we can
Weatherspoon.
definitely talk about this. We
So
can
I just think people
sit
need to
back and
give her
say
some
about this.
grace, man. That's just
We
me.
never been a woman, and we never been pregnant, and we never had to be pregnant and work a job. And yes, hooping is a job, especially for them. It's a job. So when they come back, we're definitely going to get into this again because it's been a lot of shit been going on saying about different people. Like people bringing up Asia, bringing up Kelsey Plum. I guess they want to really bash Becky Hammond in the public. Um,
Also,
it's just so
Kennedy,
much different
Kennedy,
things.
if you
I
listening, I tried
suggest
hitting you up. We
anybody
need you
before
on the
you even
show,
comment,
man.
especially a man, before you tweet
I
about it,
tried hitting
is
her
do
up.
your
See,
diligence
the
and
thing
read
that
about
killed me
shit
was
and know
that
what you're
she
talking
put
about.
out something on
And
social media.
not
She's like,
say
"Hey, I'm
anything
open
about the
to do
situation on
interviews and
Twitter,
stuff."
on
I
Facebook,
tried
if you're
hitting
on
her up,
Facebook,
but the DMs
Instagram,
ain't
whatever,
open.
TikTok,
DMs are
is
not
that
open. How
serious.
am I gonna
Like,
hit
and
you up?
honestly, when the news came across my phone, I was like, damn.
Exactly. Right. Exactly. And then exactly. And then Lo was telling me too. She's like, "Yo, you gotta hear it. You gotta hear it." I'm like, I can't get hold of her. What you want me to do? Oh yeah, exactly. Even after the season, anytime we're gonna make it happen. I mean, I know she did some spaces before. She went on a couple spaces. This is like last year and a couple years ago. So I mean, she seemed like a really cool person, honestly, to me. We got to talk about this top 25 list, man. Sorry. Okay. All right, myself. Alrighty. Since I'm by myself, I don't know when Jay's coming back, but basically what he's saying is that D'Erica Hamby filed a lawsuit earlier this week. Okay, here he goes. You good?
Anyways, yeah. Uh, this is
I was here the whole time. Yeah, you left. I was here the whole
shut
time.
the fuck up, bro. Yeah,
I was I
my
was
shit said.
I was honestly just about to take over. I'm like, we got over 100 people watching, bro. I was about to take over. Like, okay, all right.
My fault, y'all. On my end, my shit died. That's why. Like I didn't know.
Okay.
Like my shit said you're not there, but go ahead.
But no, basically, I mean, like right before, like right after you had left, I was pretty much explaining to the people that, for those who may not know, D'Erica Hamby filed a lawsuit against the Las Vegas Aces. I actually have it right here. D'Erica Hamby has filed a federal lawsuit against the Aces and the WNBA, alleging she faced repeated acts of discrimination and was traded for being pregnant. Crazy. Well, so I read a little bit into it, and I was watching. Obviously, like they had some of the engagement, some of the conversations between Dearica and head coach Becky Hammond, which is who we talked about earlier. Um, I don't like how they're treating D'Erica Hamby personally. D'Erica Hamby played a huge role for that Las Vegas Aces team, even when they were in San Antonio for the Stars, and she played a big role for them. Obviously, helping them win their first championship in 2022. Which, by the way, people got to understand like how big of a role that she played. And yes, I know that there were certain stretches of that playoffs where she didn't play, but when she came back in the
Mm-hmm.
finals against Connecticut, she played a huge role on that team as a passer, as a scorer. Like you can name all of it. And the fact that this happens, and that's the thing about it is that women are going to get pregnant, bro. Like you know what I'm saying. Sometimes it may be
Yes.
accidental, or sometimes it's meant. Sometimes they're purposely want to happen. At the end of the day, what's that?
Yeah.
I mean, it does happen, but I just don't feel like that's a way. Like that's the reason for you to trade away somebody, especially somebody like who is an important piece like that to a team. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's not like Dearica was at the end of the bench and didn't play any minutes whatsoever. Like no, Dearica played a huge role in that team in the couple years that she was there. Won multiple Six Player of the Year winner awards. Hell, played pivotal role even in the earlier playoffs. I mean, hell, people forget about that half court shot against Chicago in 2019. Like you know what I'm saying? So she's been a huge asset for this Las Vegas Aces team during the time that she's played for them. So to see all this go down, I read a little bit of it. I don't remember exactly like a lot of the article that I read, but it was pretty much Becky Hammond was upset at the fact that Dearica was pregnant. So for people who remember, it was during the parade, the 2022 parade after winning the championship, was when Dearica revealed that she was pregnant. So I'm assuming that she was already pregnant even before the finals, and she even played during the finals pregnant. So that pretty much shows you right there how much she's dedicated to a team, to being pregnant, and she probably already knew
Man.
at the time, and still playing pivotal minutes in a championship
Yes.
series. A championship series is
Yes.
not like a regular season game. So,
Yes.
and on top of that, and on top of that, Dearica was pretty much criticizing Becky Hammond was pretty much criticizing Dearica of not being dedicated to the team and not being dedicated to her workouts and everything. And then Dearica was pretty much saying like, hey, I'm 7 months pregnant and I'm still working, I'm still doing Pilates, I'm still doing my conditioning work and everything to get ready and everything. And this is her 7 months pregnant. I'll be real, I'm a man. I can't imagine none of that.
Cannot imagine, bro. Cannot
I
imagine.
can't imagine none of that. That's why I'll be real. I have immense respect for women. Like I'll be real. Women might be stronger than men in a lot of aspects, bro. Like you gotta be
Brother.
pregnant. You got this and that,
Brother.
this and that. There's so many things that women deal with that men don't have to deal with, and the fact that a lot of women, especially somebody like Dearica, who is still working on her conditioning, still trying to get ready for the season while carrying a child, give birth to a child, and then come back and play every game that next year is crazy to me. Like I give her so much respect for even doing that. So that's why for me is like it's just so crazy to even see, and that's why I feel like it was terrible. Obviously, the Aces did what they did, but the fact that Becky Hammond said that she felt like Dearica wasn't dedicated to the team was just absolutely crazy to me. And that's why I was really upset at Becky Hammond, because I feel like, especially as a former player, I feel like you could have been a little more vulnerable in that situation and understand the
Yep.
situation. Like you got to understand. And look, I mean, at the end of the day, I don't know how well they really knew each other like that, because people forget, that was Becky's first year with the team when they won when they won in
Yeah.
2022. So she wasn't there in the previous year. So maybe she didn't really know Dearica like everybody else did. But as far
Yeah.
as what I've always seen over the years, Dearica's always been dedicated, and she still shows that
Yes.
even with her being in LA with the Sparks. So
Yes.
that's just my
She
thinking.
does.
I feel like Coach Becky Hammond definitely handled it wrong, which is part of the reason why she ended up getting suspended earlier last year. I want to say it was, and
Yeah.
I'll just be real, man. I definitely feel like both Becky Hammond and the Aces organization could have handled that completely different than what went down.
Yes. I agree with you on all that, on all aspects of that, because just excuse me, just being married and having a wife and just seeing her do the things she did while being pregnant. Man, listen, I don't like doing shit when I'm sick, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like if I got a cold, I don't want to do shit. I couldn't imagine being 7 months pregnant and practicing, still hooping, still doing Pilates, still playing high level basketball, bro.
True
That's
professional, man. True professional.
Like I'm not gonna do that. And Becky and the organization definitely hung that shit wrong. I mean, I see people who's calling for Becky's head to her to be fired. I don't think they're gonna do no shit
Nah,
like
they're not
that.
going to do that.
Unless some bullshit, some way, just some I can't defend that type bullshit come out. But outside of that, I don't see that shit happening at all. Because it's just I don't think that's really warranted. I'm not gonna have too much more to say about that about the situation. I just want to throw this out there because I mean it should be talked about because it came across my phone breaking news. It got to be talked about because and it was people was tearing out the timelines with this situation, but we're gonna we're due diligence with it, but we're gonna give less glory. She was in second to this. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
But we can't. You know what I'm saying? Like we can't. Like I said,
Exactly.
we ain't been a woman. We ain't been pregnant, and we ain't had to go to work for that. So we just want to give our 2 cents
I'm saying,
while we're
like, you
still
still got to
fresh.
prepare. You still got to prepare to play professional basketball while being 7, 8 months pregnant, pretty much about to pop. Like that's
Come on,
like
man.
show some sensitivity, dog. Some sensitivity.
Dog.
And this
No.
is like when all this went down, I want to say she got traded like January of last year. So there's still like 4 months until the season begins. Like,
Yes,
what are we
bro.
doing here? What are we doing
Yes,
here? You're
bro.
not dedicated to the team. What do you mean? Hell, we just won a
Yeah.
championship like 3, 4 months after or
Just
before.
one.
Exactly.
We just won. So why are we doing this? So like that doesn't make any sense. So
But also, I'll be
um
real. I mean, another thing that also came to mind for me was I remember back, maybe it was like 2019, 2020. I remember Skylar Diggins-Smith. This is when she was playing for the Dallas Wings. She came
yeah.
out with a tweet and said that she played a whole season while being pregnant. Nobody knew. You played a whole
You know
season
how insane
while
that
being
is, bro?
pregnant, and she still had a really great year too.
Do you know how strong of a woman you listen, my allergies been bothering me, man. I said, dog, how am I gonna do this? How am I gonna do this show tonight? And they're hooping pregnant, man. Please. Give these women are strong as fuck, man. And then they gotta deal with
Fuck,
us.
you got to deal with them hormones, all that shit, man.
You know
God
what I'm
damn.
saying? Like it takes women a long it's good. Lo can explain all this shit to y'all for y'all next week, but it takes a lot for women to get their shit back right. And she hooping. High level basketball, which she ain't going playing in a rec league. This is level basketball she
Hey,
playing
and then on top of that,
on
even
a championship
And
team.
then on top of that, I mean, it's crazy that I'm even trying to speak on this because I've never experienced this. But even after giving birth, it's not easy. I mean, most women they do it postpartum and everything. It's
Yes,
like for Dearica in that situation, it's like, okay, you gave birth to your son. Now you gotta, all right, cool. Now we gotta get back and we gotta gear up for the upcoming season. So it's like there's no time to like, deal with a lot of the stuff. I mean, you pretty much have to
no,
deal with it, but you got to put it to the side because you got to get ready. You still got a job to do. So
yes.
like overall, I mean, I know Lowe's probably gonna talk more about it next week, but overall, I just feel like the Aces handled the whole situation wrong. Becky Hammond was definitely in the wrong for that, and I'm a Becky Hammond fan, but I got to hold her accountable. She definitely did not
You
handle
got
that
to.
situation the way that she should have.
You got to. And before we move on from it, like the people that's calling for Asia's head and all that shit, like,
Nuh-uh.
man, they're not gonna do no shit
I
like
don't. I
that
don't
in
understand. Like
public.
what do the players have anything to do with this? Like Asia should not be in this conversation. Jackie should not be in this conversation. Kelsey should not be in this conversation. Like they have nothing to do with this. This was not their decision to trade Dearica. I guarantee you it was.
No,
Even as much power that Asia probably has with the organization, I guarantee you this was probably not her decision.
it probably wasn't. And yeah, she probably do have conversation with Dearica, but she may feel a certain way about what Becky Hammond did, but she's not gonna throw her coach under the bus just for y'all.
Exactly.
She's not. Something tells me Asia probably had a conversation with her behind closed doors, like an adult.
That's the thing. We don't.
Why
We
would she
don't.
go?
We don't know this stuff. Like
Yeah, like we don't know what's going on. Yeah, the media gonna ask her a question. Yes, people are mad because in the Forbes she said we're not gonna use like we're gonna use the distractions as something she said. But yes, like we're not gonna talk. Listen, I tweeted this. The three-peat championship documentary is gonna be amazing
oh, facts. I can't wait. It's gonna be like another Last Dance to me.
because people been throwing dirt on them. People been just happy about this shit. I mean, it sucks. The situation
No,
sucks. But like just throwing dirt, like it's just finding a way to just try to get at Asia through this situation. Like they're just throwing her in this, all this. So listen, that three-peat video documentary is going to be amazing. Just know
3P.
that.
Hang on. We might be getting too ahead of ourselves. Like it hasn't been official that they 3P. I mean,
Yeah,
we did predict them to 3P.
yeah, we predict. Yeah, we're predicting. We're not saying we got like some W script or some shit. We done heard some
Oh,
shit.
don't come with
We're
us with
just
all that conspiracy shit. We don't know nothing.
yeah,
We don't know.
we don't know none of that. We're just saying, just from watching hoops, that we might get a three-peat from them. And if they do, shout out to them getting it through all this shit that's been going on through all this. So, man, let's see, man. I guess we're gonna end on a list. And I know the W starts shit tomorrow, back
Back
tomorrow.
tomorrow. Yeah.
We can still do our predictions for the second half when they'll be back next week. It's only gonna be a weekend, so we can still do that. But something came across Nick's eyes on on Twitter, and I think it was Trendy Hoop Stars. I'm gonna bring it up on the screen.
Yeah, so pretty
I
much,
think it was
pretty much Trendy Hoop Stars had just pretty much copy and pasted. So ESPN put out a list for their top 25 WNBA players heading into the second half of the season, as it pops up right here. And so you see all the names right there from 1 to 25. You got Asia Wilson, Brianna Stewart, Nafisa Collier, Alyssa Thomas, Jonquil Jones, Jackie Young, Sabrina Ionescu, Neko Gumake, D'Erica Hamby, Kalia Copper, Kelsey Plum, Ezzy Magbagor, Arike Gumbawale, Jewel Lloyd, Caitlin Clark, Brittany Griner, Aaliyah Boston, Dewana Bonner, Angel Reese, Kayla McBride, Brianna Jones, Ryan Howard, Alicia Gray, Kennedy Carter, and Kelsey Mitchell to round it out. I'm just not even going to sugarcoat it. This list stinks. I'm not going to say. I'm not going to say that it's like. I'm not going to say it's like all the way bad, but I would definitely switch up a lot here. First and foremost, I like Jonquil. I don't think Jonquil is top 5 in the league this year. That's just my opinion, and she has been good, but I don't think Jonquil has been better than Sabrina this year. They got Sabrina at 7, and they got Jonquil at 5. Like maybe they're going off a
Sabrina
stat.
should definitely. Yeah, Sabrina should definitely should be. They should flip flop
Exactly. I
for
mean,
sure.
Sabrina won like I know she's won multiple player of the weeks. I don't know if she's won multiple player of the months. I know she won one of them. I'll have to go back and double check. But Sabrina's been on the tear this year. I think Sabrina's been really good this year, honestly. Um, NECA, I know that NECA's been good. I don't know if I have her top 10. And that's another thing as well. Look at who we have number 10 right here. And this is somebody that I said was an MVP candidate in Kalia Copper, who, in my opinion, is playing her best basketball for her career right now in her first season in Phoenix.
She is.
Yeah, averaging
She
20,
is. She's hooping.
exactly, averaging 23 a game, which is a career high, and she's leading the team in points, shooting 45% from the field, and has scored 30 plus points in 8 games this year. Incredible. Like when you look at, because I mean, obviously everybody knows Kalia Copper as a slasher. Somebody who provides tremendous rim pressure when attacking. She knows how to attack driving lanes. Her first step is literally incredible. But just me watching her develop the outside game has just been really incredible to watch. And I mean, maybe that's just the game coming easier for her, especially playing next to Brittany Griner, Diana Taurasi, Natasha Cloud, and just so many others. So that's been a joy to watch as well. And another one that I have a problem with is look at who's number 24.
Yeah, I'm gonna go too. I'm glad you did. Go ahead.
Number 24 on this list is Kennedy Carter. Is just absolutely insane to me. There's you cannot tell me this. I mean, now I get it. If she wasn't top 10 on this list, I mean, I'd probably still disagree, but I wouldn't be as mad about it. But to have 24 players better than Kennedy Carter is just absolutely insane. And she's another player who some people may call her most improved. I know some people were making a claim that she could be sixth player, but I don't know if that can happen now, considering that she's a starter now. But
Hmm.
averaging 17 a game, which is the most points that she's averaged since her rookie year, 3 rebounds, which is a career high, um, literally or nearly 1.5 steals, which is another career high. Had 2 30-point games, and honestly, she's probably could have had more 30-point games if she had that opportunity to be the top scoring option all year long. If you ask me,
Hmm.
Kennedy, in my opinion, is the top 5 scorer in this league without question. I don't care what the numbers say and everything. When I'm
Yeah, yeah,
talking
yeah.
about somebody who's getting a bucket and who can be elite at all 3 levels, Kennedy Carter is definitely one of them. But to me, those are just the 2 gripes, honestly. But like I say, I don't believe that Jonquil is top 5. That's just my opinion. I don't know if NECA's top 10. I'm also looking down at this list as well. I see they got. I mean, Caleb McBride's been pretty good. I'm not gonna be mad about it. Bree Jones has been pretty good as well. Ryan would probably be a little bit higher if she didn't get injured.
Hmm.
Alicia, I could probably put Alicia a little bit higher, honestly, because I mean, even though Atlanta hasn't been that great this year, I think she's had a really good year. But
Yes.
aside from that, I'll just be honest. Like, I mean, I would definitely make some changes, and I'm sure Lo feels the same way because Lo has some things to say about it too, but she's not here to, to speak up for herself.
I'm definitely gonna bring this back up to her next week.
Yeah.
Just a real quick thing, but I wonder, with them having Angel at 19, is that why they got Kennedy at 24? Because I never know how ESPN do these lists.
I
I
don't know
never
either.
know if they go off. I never know if it's off just stats. I don't know if it's somebody just like, I watch all these games and this is who I think are the top 25, or is it a committee of people? I never know how ESPN come with these. Matter of fact, might be one of the better ones I've seen out there, because I think at the beginning of the week or over the weekend I saw something that had a top 25 list, and they had Sabrina number two, I mean number one, and then Asia number
One?
two.
Oh, yeah, get them the fuck out of here right now.
I said, man, this list is cooked starting number one. Like, this
I
list don't
wouldn't
even
even.
matter no
I wouldn't
more.
even read. I wouldn't even read the rest of the list.
Because I read up to number two just to see where they had Asia. At least you had Asia number two, but she should never be number two. She should always be
Number two,
number
insult.
one. Yeah, that's an insult. Sabrina, and then the fact you had Sabrina be number one, like, you didn't even pick Scary. Like, I would have felt better.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But back to this list, like, as long as they got Asia and Sabrina, not Sabrina, and Brianna number one and two. I'm with you on John Quell. I think Jackie should definitely be in that. I mean, I know it's six, but I think Sabrina or Jackie should be in that, or move Sabrina to six, Jackie to five, or something. You got to do something. She has to be in there. I saw somebody say like Jackie is like Kobe was to Shaq, so she like Kobe for Asia. I'm like, damn.
that's why. Why would anybody even make that
I
comparison?
said, like, why would you do that?
Like, why? Like, please stop.
Why would you? Why? You know what it is? There's all these people. We said y'all should be watching women's hoops. It's so great. It's amazing. And y'all everybody's coming here and got NBA comparisons to women, or they just bring up stupid ass stuff that they usually would bring up with NBA hoops. So
Yeah.
I don't know why they did that, but Jackie should be higher on this list. Um, I'm not sure. How you feel about Kaylin being top 15?
I'd probably move her up slightly. Um, it's tough though because everybody here has been playing really good basketball.
Everybody.
And I know that Caitlin kind of got off to a slow start, especially with Indiana going like 0-5, 0-6 or something like that. You know,
Yeah.
it took them a little while to really establish themselves. But I'd probably put Caitlin maybe like top 12. I'd probably put her like top 12. I would put Angel Reese top 15. And I'm also sliding Aaliyah Boston up too. I personally think Aaliyah Boston has been better than Brittany Griner. And that's not a knock to Brittany Griner. Brittany Griner has actually been pretty good, but I think Aaliyah,
She has.
Aaliyah's came along really well for Indiana.
She has. She has. She's came a long way. You know, people was like calling her a bust.
Exactly.
People was calling her all type of shit, but she's came along like she's finding her way. Like, people just on her second year. Like, damn. Like, what? Like, let's figure some shit out. You gotta figure this shit out. You gotta understand how this league works. Like, god damn, but I think she's figuring that shit out, man. And now I'm thinking about, man, let's move John Quill ass down, man. Let's bring her
Yeah,
back and
definitely
bring.
top five is. I mean, and look, I'm not trying to knock
I
Quo. This is a former
yeah,
MVP, but
yeah, yeah. I keep looking at this shit. Like, look at being Kyle being at 10 and her being at 5 is just, that doesn't make no sense to me.
I don't even think NECA's top 10 this year. Respectfully,
You know,
I mean,
we can move her out of top 10.
yeah. I mean, I would personally. I mean, she could probably stick around maybe top 15. I'd have to really think about
Hey,
it,
man,
honestly.
I'm such an Enrique fan, and I be butchering her name all the time. Like, I'm putting her in the top 10, bro.
Nothing wrong with that. I mean, even despite Dallas's ups and downs this year. Because everybody knows that they're probably not going to make the playoffs, but she's been pretty good individually.
Yes, individually. Like I look at lists like this, like I take your team out of it. Like,
Exactly.
can your team being good give you a boost? Yeah, sure it can. But your team being bad, I'm not gonna give you some. I'm not gonna take some points away from you, especially if you are playing at a top 25. You're a play. This is player. This ain't player that giving the most to their team. This is top 25 player in the league that you watch. And so this might be the right 25. We could just scramble it up, move it around some bit, but like 24 for Kennedy Carter is the crazy one though. That is really
It
like.
is.
What the fuck? Like, dude, she's averaging 20, she's averaging 17, and she's just now really starting games. She's really just now getting more minutes. Dog, she'd probably already be at 21 if she was getting started minutes from the beginning. Like, to get 17
Even if
and you,
she was
come on,
still coming
man.
off the bench, she's still at least top 15 to me.
Yeah. You okay? If you put her top 15, is Angel still 19, or you move Angel up?
I'll move Angel up to top 15. I mean, when you're leading the league in
Ooh,
rebounding and you set the record like that, I mean, I know that Angel hasn't been like strong offensively, but like if we're talking about like somebody who's been a leading factor on both ends of the floor, I think Angel Reese has definitely been that. But it's hard. It's definitely difficult because even like a player like Ezzy Magbagor, I think Ezzy's continuing to improve tremendously in Seattle. For those who may not be watching,
yeah, they ain't watching Seattle basketball.
exactly. They got Ezzy over Jewel, surprisingly.
Yeah, they do. They
I didn't
do
realize
kind of.
that. Like, sheesh.
The fact they got three players. They got three players on this list. They got three. Vegas got
I don't think
three.
NECA's top 10. Like, where are y'all getting that from? And I mean, I'm not trying to. I love NECA, but top 10?
Yeah, bro. I'm not. Nah, you can't. One more thing. I got another question for you.
All right, go ahead.
Would you flip flop Angel and BG?
Yeah. As far as for this season, yes.
Yeah. And for anybody watching, you're gonna be listening. This list is just for this first half of this W season. This ain't
Mm-hmm.
no past season. This is the first half. This is why Angel and Caitlin Clark is even on this list. This is for the first half. So I would definitely move up Angel some more, man. People don't want to, all you goofies out there don't want to discredit rebounding, man. That shit matter, dog. Move her ass up.
And on top of that, I'm gonna
If
give Angel some credit. I think her offensive game is starting to slowly come along. Like,
I would
it ain't
give,
polished or anything. I ain't saying she's like elite, but she's starting to show some
no, yeah,
flashes.
fact. No, in fact, I will give low credit for making me realize, like, damn, Angel is not that far behind Caitlin Clark in scoring, and she don't even have no bag of scoring like that. Like, that's kind of scary if you really think about it and you zoom out. If you get hatred out of your heart, haterism out of your heart, and you look at that like, damn, she really is scoring, and she doesn't have an offensive bag. Like, if she works on her game like we feel like she's going to do, man, she's gonna be a walking 20 and 15 every season.
Exactly.
Oh man, I can't wait. I cannot wait, man. I can't wait for her to keep growing. I can't wait for tomorrow to start back. Get your W league pass. If you don't have it, get it right now. Get the red carpet instead of
$34.99, man.
34.99. I wouldn't be surprised. I would be surprised, but if they do, it had like a little special going on. Like, matter of fact, YouTube TV was just advertising having getting the W League pass through YouTube TV. So if you got YouTube TV, you might get a deal through there for them to check them out. They only got a couple more months left, but it's gonna be some great hoops. Great hoops.
I think
We got so many
every team got about at least 16, 17 games left.
man storylines. Look at all them games we got. We got so the playoff race is gonna be crazy. We got so much
Bro,
that's gonna be happening.
we got Asia and Stewie this weekend. It's not even being talked about.
We do.
Asia versus Stewie this Saturday.
We do. You know what? That's my fault. I didn't even look at the schedule of games that's coming up starting tomorrow. And it's a big one. Is it going to be in Vegas or is it going to be at Brooklyn at the
I
Barclays?
think it's going to be in Vegas. Let me double check. I want to say it's in Vegas. I know the first matchup was definitely in Vegas. Let me double check that real quick for the people. Yep, it's gonna be in Vegas. Yep, August 17th at 4 p.m. Eastern. Gonna be a good matchup. First game back. Oh, where did Jay go? Sorry, y'all, for the technical difficulties. This was not planned.
No, this is not playing. You feel me?
Yeah, I got you now.
You feel me? Down as soon as we began talking, explaining like renegade, like I can't hear them. Like, now what is it?
Okay, so the game this Saturday between the Aces of Liberty is gonna be in Vegas at 4 p.m.
Okay, I mean y'all check it out. Is it gonna be on ABC or something, or is it gonna be on?
Probably. I'd assume. I mean, since it's a weekend, it's probably gonna be on ABC.
It should be. Definitely check it out. If you know the Olympics was fun, I'm ready to watch some W games. I'm ready to watch some hoops.
Thanks, bro. We back.
I'm so excited for this. I'm so ready for this. But you got anything else we get back, man?
Nah, man. Shout out to all the people. Shout out to all the supporters, man. We're 3 episodes in. We appreciate all the love, all the positivity that you guys have been giving us, man. We had a deep crew even tonight, that was tapped in watching us, man. So shout out to all the supporters.
I mean, I definitely appreciate y'all because y'all been locked in since episode 1. And for people that don't do podcasts and hopefully us have other podcast things going on, listen, episode the experience from you, people who don't experience that shit on first episodes. Like, it just don't happen that way. It don't. Like, before, during, afterwards, the momentum has been crazy. It's been keeping us up to give y'all more stuff to keep active with y'all. So the fact that y'all been locked in since day one, tweeting, adding us, doing all type of shit. It's like it's been crazy. Just we appreciate the love, and trust me, Low appreciate all the love as well. So
shout out to Low. Low's probably on an island somewhere chilling, man, with no Wi-Fi.
No Wi-Fi. No Wi-Fi. So I'm jealous. I want to be on somebody's island. So, but I have nothing else. It's been a fun episode, like always, man. It's just easy talking to you. You know what I'm saying? But just real quick, we on Twitter, and we on YouTube, and we on TikTok at Best W Show. Best W Show. So follow us there. Like we are active. We on everybody's. We're never gonna follow everyone back. Acting right. We will follow you back, but we want to be active. But man, like always, man. Till next week, we're gonna be at the same time, like always. Peace.